All right, so these are notes for solving the systems of inequalities. So when you have a systems of inequalities, what happens is that you're going to have two equations. So you've got equation 1, and then you have equation 2, or inequalities. And then that's 1 and 2. Okay. So what happens is you're going to go through and you're going to graph. So this is going to be, is for the first one, equation 1, this is going to be a solid line because there's a line underneath the inequality. So we know it's solid. And then it's less than, so I'm going to shade below. And then my y-intercept in this case is 5, and my slope is negative 1/3. So that means I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 3. So we're going to graph our y-intercept, which is at 5. So which is at 5. And then you're going to go down 1 to the right 3. So down 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Oops, that's 2. And then down 1 and to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 3. So you keep going through and doing that. We know it's going to be a solid line. And so this time, I'm just going to graph this nice solid line right there. And I have to shade below, so everything was going to be underneath there. So I'm just going to use my highlighter, and I'm going to shade that below. So the next piece of the puzzle is equation 2, or inequality 2. Inequality 2, it's going to be dotted because there is no line under my inequality. And this is going to be great. It's a greater than sign, so that means it's going to be above my line. My y-intercept is negative 6. My slope is 2. I'm going to make that into a fraction, which is 2 over 1. So that means I'm going to go up 2 and to the right 1. So this time I start at negative 6 on my y-intercept. You can't see that, sorry. I start at negative 2 on my y-intercept. And then I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, and to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. And then we got a pretty good system. So now that's kind of far enough. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to make a dotted line. Because it's dotted because there's no line under the inequality sign. And then you're going to have to shade everything above this line. So everything above this line, that's your above piece. So now what happens is this part that's in the middle here, this part where we've shaded together, makes kind of like that weird little shape. This is your actual solution section. That part that's double shaded is the actual solution that you need. So this is your part, the part that I just shaded in green. And then it says to estimate that solution point. So this point right here is about 5 and 3. So it's about 5, 3.5. It's an estimate, so that means it's approximately. And so that is doing this when you're looking for that solution. Now, if I ask you to do little boundary lines, so if I ask you to go through and find boundary lines, or like a little boundary for this, and so there would be points, this point, this point, this one, and this one, those would be like your boundaries. So I'm going to call them kind of like A, B, C, and D. So A over here is down 11 and over 11. So 11, negative 11, 11. That's A, because that's that little bound. That's like my little shaded region. And then this point B is over 1, 2. So it looks like B is approximately 2.5. And we're only going to approximate that. Is approximately 2.5. And then you're going to go down 11. So that point right there is over to the left, 2.5, and then from your origin, you're going down 11. And then C, that was our solution point, and we approximated that to be 5 and 3.5. It's just an approximation. And then point D here is going to be, I'm going all the way over. So there's negative 10, negative 11. So I have negative 11. Oops, you still can't see. Sorry, guys. So this is going to be, D is going to be negative 11. I'm going all the way over. And then I'm going up from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so that's going to be your 8. So when you're going through and doing those, that's going to be your boundary points. So you will be asked to find those particular little boundary points. And then there's a real life story problem on your homework. Well, that's like taking what we did with story problems, and we did M&Ms and we did other ones. Your homework for story problems is going to be an elimination story problem. So you're going to have to write two standard equations, and then you got to solve for y. We're going to solve those for y. And then you're going to graph, and you're looking for kind of like that little boundary section. So that's going to be your homework for today.